Right now, there are two voices in your head. Not one. Two. And you have never once questioned which one is actually you. The first voice narrates. It comments on everything. It says, "I'm hungry," or "this is boring," or "I shouldn't have said that." It is loud. It is constant. Most people assume that voice is their mind. It isn't. The second voice is quieter. It watches the first one. It is the part of you that just heard both of those descriptions and asked, "Wait, which one am I?" That question is the second voice, and it changes everything. Psychologists have a name for this split. Researcher Russell Hurlburt spent decades studying what he called inner speech, the running monologue most people assume is their entire mental life. But when he asked subjects to stop and report exactly what was happening in their minds at random moments throughout the day, something surprising came back. A significant portion of people reported no inner voice at all during many of those moments. Not silence, something else. Images, feelings, a kind of knowing without words. The monologue wasn't always running, it just seemed like it was. So where does that leave the voice that narrates your life? Neuroscientist Michael Graziano at Princeton calls it the attention schema. Your brain builds a simplified model of what it is paying attention to. That model then generates a story about who is doing the paying attention. That story is the voice. It is real, but it is a model, not the source. This is not a new idea. Ancient Buddhist teachers called the narrating voice papanka, mental proliferation, the mind spinning stories on top of stories. The instruction was not to silence it. The instruction was simply to notice it, to step back, to let the second voice watch the first. And here is the part that changes how you live. Most of the suffering your mind generates is not a reaction to events. It is a reaction to the narrator's commentary on events. You don't feel bad because something happened. You feel bad because the voice inside told you what it meant, and you believed it without checking. A 2010 study by Matthew Killingsworth and Daniel Gilbert at Harvard found that the human mind wanders from what it is doing nearly 47% of the time. And almost without exception, a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. Not because the thoughts are bad, because there is no second voice asking, "Is this story even true?" The voice that narrates your life is not your enemy. It is a tool, a very old tool, built by evolution to help you plan and predict and prepare. But you are not the narrator. You are the one who can hear the narrator. And that gap, that tiny, almost invisible gap between the voice and the awareness of the voice, is where every choice you will ever make actually lives. Tonight, when your mind starts telling you something about yourself, about what you did wrong, or what people think, or what is going to go badly, notice the voice. Not to silence it, just to see it. Because the moment you can hear it, you are no longer inside it. You never had one voice in your head. You had two. The one that speaks, and the one that listens. You have always been the listener.